fridge. Sorry about that. I'm going to read a couple lines from this poem. Dried maple and ash bark, lush emerald flats, the fall-colored arena hark, the wide superior mats. At the valley's peak, encircled my life, the open space speaks. Let me end the strife.
Yo, what's up, everyone? Quick rundown for today. We're going to go over the total charts, Bitcoin and Ethereum, like always. Then I mentioned I was going to show you how my swing trading strategy works, or like what I do. Last night, if you were in the Discord, I kind of went over it really in depth for about 2 hours with a couple people that were just interested. So I figured, why not show the rest of YouTube, the rest of the live stream, how I trade, how it works, why risk management works. It's my system, so you may or may not favor it, but it's worked for me, especially in the past. So I figured, why not share, especially people that would like to learn. So real quick, if you're not, please join Discord. Links down below. Any questions you have after the stream, feel free to ping me or even ask a trading mentor. If you want to learn how to use any kind of indicator, usually all of them are in the Discord. There's actually a text channel where we post like notes on how to use indicators, like how price action works, how Elliott waves work. It's under Trading Basics, so feel free to check that out. YouTube started live streaming about a month ago. It's been popping off. Very, very thankful that I've got an audience now. We average between 20 and 30 viewers each live stream. This is awesome. Can't thank you enough. If you're new, please like and subscribe. You'll get the notification to view when I go live, and I'd really appreciate it. I put a lot of hard work and time into my charts and this live stream. So again, please like and subscribe. Would really appreciate it. All right. What's up, Alec? Weekly cup and handle. Yeah, I talked about that last live stream, but all right, let's get into it. So here's the total chart. This is total one. It is all the altcoins and Bitcoin included. We had a nice breakout, nice back test, and now it looks like we're continuing to go up. This is really good. This is really bullish. I'm not going to say it's not bullish, even though the price action on Bitcoin kind of looks iffy. this is really bullish, and this is what ultimately is keeping me somewhat bullheaded, or at least looking to long instead of short. Oh, it's out of focus. Let me fix that for you. Sorry about that. How about now? There we go. Sorry about that. Thank you, Dusty. Appreciate it. But yeah, back to the total chart. Looks pretty good. Looks really strong. Not a lot to go over. I mean, I've talked about it being a breakout before, or a cup and handle, really bullish pattern. Bullish all around for total. So total two. Total two is Ethereum and altcoins excluding Bitcoin. Again, looking really bullish. We broke up last week and now we back tested this week. Again, another cup and handle type pattern. Very, very bullish. Total two, very bullish. Not a whole lot to cover other than that. Clean breakout, clean back test, very bullish. Total three, this is all the altcoins excluding Ethereum. Looks like we had a breakout last week-ish. I'll even move this down just a hair. Yeah, it looks like we had a breakout last week, confirmed back test this week. We actually went a little bit below support, but that's okay. We know that support isn't just a line, it's a zone. But ultimately, looking pretty breakout-ish, looking pretty strong. Again, another cup and handle, very bullish pattern. Yeah, let's move on. Let's keep moving. I've got a lot to talk about today with how my swing trading system works, and it's going to take me pretty much the entire time, and I want to answer any questions that you guys have. So, all right, let's look at Bitcoin real quick. So, Bitcoin. Weekly's looking pretty good. We're holding above 60K. This is really solid. We have a big upward move and then what looks like consolidation. This is pretty good. I'm not going to lie. Holding 60K these couple weeks, it's been a little stressful because we've been a little bit below, a little bit above. But ultimately, like, we're holding it really well. This looks like really, really good consolidation for a big move upwards. Usually, when you see a move upwards, you want to see consolidation. So anything that moves sideways, sorry, that is a terrible drawing. You want to see upwards, sideways, upwards like this, maybe some sideways, maybe sideways and down, and then more upward. That's really good. So if you guys look, whoops. If you look from 30K to 52K, we go up, you know, nice little 80% move, and then we go down a little bit. That's perfectly fine. You know, we just went up 80%. It's okay that we correct downwards a little bit. Now we're going up again, and instead of going down, it looks like we're going sideways. We're going to dig deeper here in a second, but I just want to show you guys an example of this real quick. So if we go back to 2020, we have a big upward move and then sideways. Very, very good. This is very, very good bullish price movement at least, and really good price action overall. My only concern for this market, as I've said many times, the price action just is not there. Could that mean that maybe altcoins are driving the price up for Bitcoin? Yeah. Could that mean the market in general is just being bought and we're seeing volume spread around everywhere? Absolutely too. It's just a little hard for me to read because I'm used to seeing very bullish price action with a parabolic move. I think we will see very good price action with a parabolic move, but we haven't really gone parabolic yet. So just keep that in mind. This little thing here looks exactly like this. We are consolidating right below all-time high, and then once we broke it, we went green for 4 weeks in a row, corrected, and then went green another 4 weeks in a row. Huge amount of parabolic price action here. I expect a similar move as of right now. So moving forward, let's go and dig into like the day. Let's look at the day. So the day, intraday, we have a kind of a descending channel. Some people have it as a descending wedge. I just have a descending channel. Nothing bad here. I actually really like this price action. I'm seeing bullish price action. Let's draw it for you guys. So we have volume going down as price is kind of slowly drifting down. This is very bullish. It looks like consolidation right under all-time high. It looks like it's allowing, you know, some people to profit take at 66, 67K, and now we're down in the 60K region to consolidate over that weekly support. So if you guys didn't know, looking at a weekly, 60K was resistance. We had never closed above it. Well, we closed above it, and now we're just chilling on it as support. People are accumulating on the support. This is really good. Really good price action so far. Whoops. So let's deep dive into maybe the 12-hour. So 12-hour. this is where I really like this chart. We're seeing what looks like an inverted head and shoulders in here. Really, really solid. Cannot complain about that. That is a bullish reversal pattern. So we have a slight sell-off here, and then what looks like an inverted head and shoulders. And if you don't know, here's your left shoulder, your head, and your right shoulder. I have my neckline at 63.8. It's been a big resistance in the past, so I figured it's a good zone to have my neckline. Could be the money locked in NFTs, anything to do with it. I don't know. That's a good thing to bring up. I'm not too sure. It's just kind of weird we're not seeing like a ton of buying volume come in on Bitcoin, because Bitcoin should be really popping off before all the altcoins pop off. Yeah, I mean, the volume could that could happen, Dusty, but I'm not too sure about that. I don't know if NFTs have a huge place in the crypto market, because I'm pretty sure you still have to buy crypto to buy the NFT, like especially like Ethereum, Solana. So, but those charts aren't seeing a ton of buying volume, so really hard to tell with that. But yeah, back to 12 hour, seeing some really good stuff. Again, MACD, we're seeing a nice flattening out. You know, we went down, we saw weakness over here, a lot of weakness right here, and then we started sloping down. Now we're flattening out. This is most likely gearing towards a move to the upside. It's hard for me to say we're going to continue down. Could we? Absolutely. I think we could go down to the 53K level. That's why all of my stop losses are right below this wick right here, right below the right shoulder. But ultimately, I think this is a really good pattern to trade. Inverted head and shoulders generally play out, I believe, about 70 to 75% of the time. Again, bullish reversal pattern. So this is a really strong sign for Bitcoin. Looking at the 4 hour, again, we're seeing this very nice inverted head and shoulders. Again, left shoulder, head, and right shoulder. Not too much to complain about. I do see this 4 hour price action, but when I look at a larger exchange like Binance, our 4 hour price action is actually going down, sorry, the volume is going down as price is coming down. That's actually bullish. Could this retest 60? Absolutely. If it does, I will probably buy more and keep a tight stop right below 59.2. But ultimately, this looks like a really strong inverted head and shoulders. Definitely. Let's look even like 1 hour. 1 hour, we saw some crazy little price action in here. So, yeah, I think we'll definitely have an answer within the next 2 days to see if this plays out or not. Again, yeah, the daily's kind of weird because you have this stacking volume, but it's still very low. And ultimately, from the top to now, you have volume lowering. So, in my opinion, I think either the swing is going to be right around 60K or right around 53K. I don't think we quite have the price action to push too far down. I think there will be another swing, even if you are very bearish. But yeah. So Skylar, don't judge, please. And if you can, it's okay. I don't even know crypto, but I have a Bitcoin wallet from Cash App. Anyone have? Oh, dude. Yeah, don't beg in my YouTube live stream, please. Not a good look. All right, let's go into Ethereum real quick. Ethereum weekly, similar to Bitcoin, looking really strong. We have a breakout of the initial weekly resistance, which is this bottom white line. The top white line is my daily all-time high resistance, which we are above and back-tested. Really good-looking chart. Volume starting to come up. This thing could start moving here very soon. I have big hopes for Ethereum. As long as Bitcoin breaks out, Ethereum's going to keep rolling upwards. If Bitcoin fails to break out, well, we know what happens to alts. Alts get wrecked. Nah, you're cool, man. Just like, don't do that. Not cool. So intraday or daily, yeah, I mean, we saw this inverted head and shoulders play out. We're continuing up. I don't necessarily like this MACD, though. Not a huge fan of this. To me, this could lead into somewhat of a sell-off, especially with Bitcoin kind of looking 50-50, whether it's going to hold 60K or not. I mean, we're 1.5% from losing that support anyways with Bitcoin, so not too confident yet. But then again, we have weekly closed above some serious levels for Ethereum. Could we come back and retest it? Absolutely. So about 39.50 to 4K, anywhere along that weekly support now. could be initial like small buy, but I would still be careful. You know, never try to catch a falling knife. You'll get absolutely screwed. So let's look at a 4-hour here. Just kind of consolidation. I mean, we had consolidation, breakout, and then now it looks like kind of consolidation again. MACD kind of smeared away from each other. The lines didn't necessarily cross. It looks like there's a lot of indecision right now. Like, people aren't really sure. I mean, to be fair, we just saw meme coins and shit coins pop off. Usually when that happens, it marks the market cycle top. You know, I don't want to say this is the top. I don't want to scream bearishness when there are invalidation points to a bearish argument on the weekly. But just to go over again, weekly price action's very bearish. We do have a gravestone doji up here. And we could be seeing distribution right here. As much as I want to say this is consolidation, similar to over here, I mean, this is a lot bigger distribution, but we could just come back down, come back up, do this, and there's your completion of distribution. So again, as much as I want to be bullish, we always need to look at the other side of things as well. Your job as a trader is to see both sides and make a judgment based on your analysis. And so far my analysis is kind of like, I'll kind of long with low amounts, you know, play it safe, wait for breakouts, buy breakouts, definitely keep myself in profit no matter where I'm trading and when I'm trading, and then move forward from there. So again, Ethereum, let's look at like a 1 hour. Yeah, again, just kind of consolidation, nothing crazy here. I'm not necessarily a fan of this price action. I mean, it is going up, so this is good. This is some strength. MACD is kind of iffy, but this can always change. You know, like buying volume can come in and this could change. So do we consolidate here for a little bit longer? Do we come back down to 4K? I'd say it is likely, but Bitcoin's going to have to lose that 60K support level for sure. So distribution, David, is where institutions are selling. So institutions with, you know, hundreds of millions to billions of dollars, which is what happened here between 51 and 65K. All of this is distribution. This is also a head and shoulders, which is wick-off distribution pattern or a bearish reversal pattern. So what institutions will do is they'll sell from the top to the bottom, and then another institution will buy, and then they'll both sell to the top to the bottom, and it'll go lower. So usually retail or someone else buys, we pop up, you know, things correct. The day traders start buying these huge RSI drops, and then we come back up, and then a massive sell-off happens because everybody sells. Everybody sees the head and shoulders, and everybody sells, or at least most people that are trading sell. That's usually what distribution is. Accumulation is the opposite, where people are loading up and the price gets pushed up. So right here, this could be some minor accumulation in here. Again, some minor accumulation right here. Nothing crazy. I still think to really push higher, we have to see more accumulation, maybe more sideways movement up here. It all just depends. But with all that, I think now I'm going to go into my swing trading strategy. So if you guys would like to stay, I'd appreciate it. The couple people that I was teaching last night learned a ton very quickly. They picked up on what I was trying to put down, and hopefully they can implement it into their own strategy or maybe develop a strategy off what I taught them. So why do I swing trade? Well, for one, I swing trade because I believe that you catch the largest gains in crypto, like the big 20 to 30% days, by being in the swing. Usually we see the huge green days on big FOMO candles or big breakout candles. Well, if you're already in the market, you're not trading the scalp. You're not trading right at, or you're not selling right at resistance. You're anticipating a breakout. So for me, I feel like I make more money swing trading. It's also way less stressful. You know, instead of trading 100 trades a week, it's like 100 trades a year. You know, I'm taking my opportunities when I get them. My risk management's really good, and just ultimately, like, it's pretty stress-free. Like, I'm not super anxious all the time. My emotions don't really get to me. And I know, very important point, I know if my trade fails, like if my stop loss gets hit, I know we're continuing lower. If you guys didn't know this, I do not short this market. For anyone that's called me a perma bear, I don't short, never have. But I know when I go into a trade, I know if we go lower, ultimately the market's going lower. So if I bought at 60,500 and I put my stop at 59,250, like that's the point where I believe if we go below, this market's going, we've lost support. Well, let's say we go to 53K. Well, now I get to buy 10%, 15% less than about 10% less than where I bought. Pretty good strategy. I'm winning regardless. So yeah, I lost on the trade, but now I get to buy lower. Usually with swings, there's always a pattern in play. It's pretty easy to spot, to be honest. It's really not that hard to swing trade. So, all right, I'm going to go through some examples and then talk specifically about like risk management and whatnot. So, all right, real quick, let's talk about this current pattern. Why not? You know, it's right in front of us. So, as I had said before, and I'm just going to look at a 4-hour just so it's a little bit more clear. I had said that this is looking like an inverted head and shoulders. So, let's just say, for keepsake, you know, let's just say from here over, so anything from this red line to the right has not happened yet. So what I'm seeing is I'm seeing a downtrend, like a downtrending line. We have one touch, two touch. I mean, you could arguably say maybe this as well. If you were more conservative, maybe this. It just depends how you line up these three lines. Either way, we'll just say this for now because I'm getting more touches regardless. So, all right. We have our left shoulder right here. We have our head. So what I'm looking at when I'm looking at this is I'm saying, okay, we have what looks like an inverted head and shoulders forming. I'm anticipating the right shoulder. The left shoulder usually bounces off 60K. We know that 60K is major support. So I'm going to anticipate that the left shoulder or the right shoulder is going to land somewhere in the 60K area. So let's say I get in, you know, we drop and I get on this green wick right here. I think this is a doji reversal, so I'm going to get on this green wick. I also see that price action overall, like from the top to the bottom, pretty good, like volume's going down overall. So I'm anticipating this green doji right here to be a reversal, which if you guys are in my Discord, I did trade this last night. Unfortunately, I sold it and then rebought. I mean, I sold it, made a 2% gain, and then rebought right where I bought. So didn't really lose. I made about a % portfolio gain. Didn't really lose at all, and now I'm back in. So, all right, left shoulder, head, right shoulder. I buy right on the screen doji. So I'm going to say now, what is my risk management? What is my risk reward? So for me, let's say I have $100,000 that I'm trading with. My trading rule is I maximum take a 0.5 to 2% portfolio loss on a trade. 2% if I'm very confident, 0.5% if I'm not so confident. So let's say, you know, I see this inverted head and shoulders. I know that the total charts are breaking out. We're technically in the time zone of a bull market. Let's say I'm more confident. So I'm willing to take a 1% loss. So let's see. We have our doji candle here. We have our weekly support here. So from doji candle to weekly support, it's about 1.5%. But I probably want to put my stop just a little bit below weekly support just because, hey, you know, what if we just wick down and then come back up? So let's say I just put it 1% lower than weekly support. So we'll say about 58.8K. So that's about a 2.63% drop. We'll just round up and say 3%. So if I'm willing to take a 1% stop loss, I think you would want to buy about, for a 1% loss, you could buy in with about $30,000 if you're trading with 100 grand. I believe that's correct. Let me just double check and pull up my calculator. So 30,000. Yeah, so that's 1%. If I'm trading with 100 grand, that's about 1%. So, okay, I put my stop at 58.8 and I buy on this candle. Okay, we go up. It looks like a breakout. I would argue this is not a breakout because our volume is very, very low. Not a lot of volume came in. It doesn't look very strong. So, okay, I'm not going to buy at this level. I'm going to buy at the neckline because I know, okay, I bought here, but we could still bounce around in here until we break the neckline. For those of you that don't know, an inverted head and shoulders is not confirmed until the neckline is broken. My neckline is at 63.8K. We've had one touch, two touch, this didn't quite get there, but to me, 63.8K is major resistance, at least in this zone. So, okay, my risk reward here is I make about a 5% gain to, again, about a 3% loss. And again, total percent portfolio loss is 1%. Not a bad entry. Not bad. So I'm in with about 30,000. Let's say we break up now. Okay, we start break up to here. So now I'm up 5%. We just had a breakout candle above resistance. Where would I, or how much would I look to buy? Well, I know that my first initial buy is up 5%. So if I'm up 5%, I want to put myself in a place where, okay, I'm buying this breakout. As long as price action is there, we need price action to confirm the breakout. We need to see a lot of buying volume come in, at least on a 4-hour or at least on a daily. Honestly, if we get above 63.8, we also know that the inverted head and shoulders is pretty much confirmed, but you should always wait for a close anyways. So let's say 4-hour close. Let's say we close about 64.2. So we close about 64.2. And the close candle, so the 4-hour candle that started, ends at about 62.9. So let's say 62.9 is the bottom of that candle. That's about a 2.3% loss. So, okay, let's say we close above it. Totally fine. Close above it. I know that if I buy, I could be facing a 2.3% loss. I always, rule of thumb also, didn't really mention this at first, I always put my stop below the breakout candle of the 4-hour. So if that's where we break out, that's where I'm putting my stop, my total stop, even the stop from down here. So, okay, from this buy right here, I'm up only 3.7%. We'll just say 4% total. So I only make 4% from that buy, but I lose 2.3% from this buy up here. So if we think about it, that's about a 1.7% gain if I get stopped, if I do the same amount that I bought here. Okay, well, now that I know that I'm positive if I do the same buy there, let's say I just want to do another 30K. Okay, cool. I'm up 1.7% if this whole trade fails. Honestly, if we get above, I don't think it will, but let's just say, it does fail. If it does fail, I made 1.5%, not bad. Your job as a trader is to walk away with profit, not a loss. And you know what? You didn't get to capitalize on the 4%, but you're swing trading. You're going for the big return. So, okay, if you lose 1.7%, but let's say you don't lose. We break out, and then price just kind of like dances around here and then breaks up again. Well, now my first buy, my buy here, is now up about, we'll say 12%. So I'm up 12% there. And my buy here is now up about 5.5%. So both my buys are now up. I'm about 60% in. Could you go in the rest of your account here? Absolutely. You absolutely can. You're in a place where pretty much no matter what, you're going to take profit. You are possibly facing a double top. We do need to see a close up here. So, sorry guys, I'll answer those questions in 1 second, and then let me finish this up real quick. So, but what I'm trying to say is my whole buy is now in profit. My risk management was really good. I'm in profit. So, okay, maybe I can go a little ballsy and I throw the rest of my account in. Let's say the stop is here, or the candle starts here and it closed right here. So, okay, if I buy, I'm facing a 2% loss almost. I think that's worth it. Throw the rest of your account in. No matter what, you're in profit if it nukes down. Good trade. You made about probably anywhere in the 10% range because you're up 15% here. About, what did we say? You're up about 5% there. Yeah, you'd make anywhere in the 10% range, 10% of your total account. That's more than the stock market does in an entire year. And we'll just say this time frame. Let's say this happens by November 6th. So in 5 days, you made 10% portfolio gain. Look, I know some of you guys are new to crypto and you've seen Sheeb do a 10x in 3 days, and that's great. That's awesome. That happens. It's very rare that you catch those moves. It's honestly very almost impossible to catch a move like that unless you're just already in the project. But the point is, you just beat the stock market average return. You just made a 10% portfolio gain. If you're trading with 100 grand, which, yes, I know $100,000 is a lot of money, you just made $10,000. That's great. You know, if this trade continues going up, you're 100% in, and no matter what, your stop is here, you're making profit. And then you can continue to move your stop up. You can continue to move your stop up as we keep going. Typically below any type of consolidation, typically below any major fib level if you analyze fib levels. Ultimately, very good trade right there. So, okay, let me show you guys a trade that I have done in the past, and we'll walk through this again, and then I will absolutely answer any questions that you guys have over alts or just my strategy or anything like that. So, okay, this was, the time frame was November 19th to January 2020. So this pattern right here, again, inverted head and shoulders. Textbook inverted head and shoulders. We have our left shoulder, our head, and now our right shoulder. Yes, this is over about a 2-3 month period. So usually these swing trades, like I said, you're not trading every day. You're kind of watching the charts, looking for opportunities and taking them when you get them. So, okay, let's say we see this inverted head and shoulders, and we don't know what's happening from, we'll say, from this green candle moving to the right. Okay, so I see this left shoulder. I see this head. I'm anticipating, price goes back up and then comes back down. I'm anticipating this to be an inverted head and shoulders. I at this point, I am. Price action's really, really solid. This is an accumulation pattern. Volume's very low. Accumulation looks very promising here. So I'm anticipating this right shoulder. Rule of thumb, usually on the close of the left shoulder is where the bottom of the right shoulder is. So let's say, okay, I buy somewhere on this red day. I'm like, I don't know if I want to test my luck here. We might bounce and go up real quick. So let's say I just buy at 7K. So I buy at 7K. Where do I put my stop loss? Generally, you're supposed to put your stop loss below the head. Great risk management there. But let's see. So if you put it below the head and you buy at 7K, my apologies, you're looking at a 8.85 loss. But if you put it below one of the right shoulder wicks, you're looking at a 6.5 to a 2.2. In my opinion, I would actually put 2 buys here. Let's say I go in with, we'll say 40% of my account, because I'm pretty confident here. So I'm going to do 20,000. I'm going to do 20,000 with a 2% stop loss. So this one of these wicks down here, and then I'll do 20,000, maybe like 3 or 4% down. Because I think if we go any lower than that, it kind of invalidates the head and shoulders. Also, if you buy on this day close, I mean, the thing is looking very, very bullish already. So I'm very, very confident. I'm going to keep my stops pretty tight on this one because I'm going to go in with more. So let's say I'm in with 40,000. Okay, great. We break up. So now that I'm seeing that the head and shoulders, or the inverted head and shoulders, is formed, I want to draw my neckline. So where is the point where most of the wicks are, like a big resistance zone? So for me, it was 7.7K. Somewhere like that, something like that. We have rejection, 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 rejection. And then, we don't know anything over here, but we have a bunch of rejections, a bunch of wick downs. So for me, that's the neckline. Usually the neckline is horizontal, especially if the head and shoulders is this symmetrical. This is a very, very solid setup. So, okay, we have a green day. Great. You're up, you're up about 5%. You're up $2,000 if you bought with 40K. That's awesome. You take profits now. There's no shame in doing that. But again, you're swing trading. You're going for that big gain. So, okay, we have 2 green wicks, and then we go up and break out above the neckline. This is really good. Price action's really strong. So I'm saying, okay, where is my breakout candle? What's the percent loss if I were to buy? So it's about a 5% loss. And I know that I bought at 7K. So I'm looking at about a 5% gain. So really these orders would cancel each other out. But ultimately, I'm pretty confident on this. MACD looks good. Price action looks really good. We're stair-stepping up as price is going up. To me, I'm pretty confident. I'm going to double my buy. you know, if I lose on this trade, then the inverted head and shoulders failed. I break even, I don't lose, and I move forward to the next trade. So let's say I'm in with another 40K. Great. So we see another green day. Awesome. Now I'm up 5% on that buy and about almost 20% on that buy. So that's a lot of money. So I'm in with $80,000 at this point. I'm up a good chunk of change. Could you sell here? You could, absolutely. I don't think I necessarily would yet. I would be waiting, even though we have these two big red days right here. You guys, you have to remember, we are now up, especially from this bottom. We went up 30%. There really was no pullback. It was kind of just up, sideways, kind of down, up. You know, a small pullback or these two red days, totally fine. We see a green day and then another breakout. Great. That's awesome. And then we have another pullback. Again, price action on the pullback, very, very bullish. MACD is kind of looking a little awkward now, but still not terrible. We go up again. I notice that price action kind of looks like it's weakening here, but breakout. Maybe I throw my stop loss below this breakout candle just in case, because ultimately I'm in with 80% of my account. You could have bought on any of these pullbacks as well. Maybe do a 10% buy here and maybe another 10% buy somewhere down here. You could definitely use an hourly chart to determine if there's like a symmetrical triangle. I mean, this looks like a descending wedge, if I'm going to be honest with you. Descending wedge, breakout, you could buy 10% there. Okay, so moving up, we keep moving up, keep moving up. So where is the next major resistance? So for me, I'd say this point, which we break above. Great. This is looking great. I'm going to put my total stop here at 9K. I mean, I am up a ton of money right now. I'm up 30% on my first buy, and I'm up 17% on my second buy, and then any small 10% buys, I'll just put it in the middle. I'm up about 5%, so I'm up a massive amount. But again, like, I'm swing trading. I want to keep riding this out until something invalidates. So we break out, okay, keep going, and then we come back down and kind of retest this support area. You know, not terrible. We did wick down, but we're still not below my stop loss, so not terrible. Honestly, I believe on a 4-hour there was a head and shoulders up here, if I can recall. Let's see if we can find it. And my chart is not loading. Okay, well, we're going to go with the fact that I am up a ton of money now, and on this daily chart, we're not seeing very strong price action anymore. We're actually seeing what's called exhaustion. So we have good price action up in these two breakouts, and then we have another small breakout, but way less volume. That's starting to signal exhaustion, and now we're seeing volume going down as price is going up from here. So for me, that's starting to signal some serious price exhaustion. That's saying, okay, we're probably going to see a big sell-off. Definitely in crypto, a big sell-off if you see price exhaustion. So then I want to sell somewhere around here. And again, great trade. I just made a ton of money off of it. I made probably close to 50 grand off that trade. So if you had 100,000, or even if you have 10,000, you made $5,000 over January to about February. What's this? January 3rd to February 15th. So about a month and a half, you took your portfolio and increased it by half of its value. That's really, really good. That's a really good trade. So I can show you guys more examples if you want, but I hope you kind of understand where I'm coming from with my risk management and how my strategy works. I'm going to answer any questions you guys have, whether it's alts, whether it's Bitcoin, whether it's just simple risk management or anything in regards to my strategy. So please go ahead and let me know. I'm going to go ahead and read the chat because I have not read the chat yet. ADA and Sol, please. All right, I'll go over ADA real quick for you, Alec. So ADA, man, not bad. We know that ADA pops last, usually. ADA saw its pop in February when Bitcoin was showing exhaustion, and it topped really in May. I mean, I know we had another big pump because of smart contracts, but ADA is going to be the horse that I ride with whatever Bitcoin and Ethereum profits I get over the next couple weeks. I do see some really bullish price action. We have volume going down on the weekly as price is going down. Very, very bullish. We're seeing a similar descending triangle pattern like we did over here. I'm kind of waiting for a breakout, to be honest. I'm not too sure yet. But we saw major resistance at 1.88. Now we're kind of holding it as support up here. So to be fair, I mean, you could absolutely buy anywhere in this 1.9 zone, and I think you'd be okay. Personally, I'm waiting for Bitcoin to kind of break out of the inverted head and shoulders before I do anything with this, because it could continue down. I mean, we could see another wick to 1.8, absolutely, especially if Bitcoin does sell off. But man, this is looking like a really solid chart, like very, very solid. I mean, when this thing does break out, it's an easy, almost 2x from the breakout candle, which was this weekly right here. So again, ADA looking really good. It's probably going to be one of the last coins to pop in this bull cycle, so keep an eye on it. Hopefully that helps you, Alec. Oh, and you asked for Sol, I think, too. Yeah, Sol. I'll go over Sol real quick. Sol. Wow. Nice bull flag breakout. Nice bull flag retest. Now we're kind of in price discovery. We're making higher closes. This is looking very bullish. If you're not in yet, I would probably wait and see if Bitcoin breaks out of the inverted head and shoulders, because if it doesn't, I mean, Sol could very well see 174 again, and that is a 12 to 13% loss. I would definitely take your time with this. It's the weekly's looking a little loss of momentum, especially with volume. I mean, if volume keeps coming in, it can absolutely climb. We just saw a breakout, especially on the daily. Saw a nice breakout, nice back test, nice price action. Sol's looking pretty good. I wouldn't necessarily buy on a green day. If you can, try and buy on a red day. But if we keep breaking up, maybe you just kind of average your buys in. So you're asking if Sheeb is done for this bull run. Yo, what up, Larry? I don't know, man. I don't really trade shit coins. I think meme coins and shit coins can kind of do whatever they want. I mean, it's hard to apply TA, but I know that Sheeb just did like what, a 10x. I mean, let's see. Sheeb did from this bottom to the top. Sheeb did an 11x. I mean, this asset's up 1,100%. Do you really want to buy something that's up 1,100%? Don't FOMO into this. Look for a project that hasn't ran yet. Yo, what up, OneScape? What's going on, brother? Oh, nice, Alec. That sounds like you're waiting for a breakout. Yeah, I'd definitely look for ADA if you can. I think ADA is going to be the one that really lifts off and makes people money if they pay attention to it. Like, don't get so distracted with Sheeb and shitcoin A and shitcoin B and some of these other things that are kind of popping off. Look for the coins that have not popped off yet, because if this is a bull run, every coin's going to pop off. Everything's going to go up at some point. Okay, maybe Sheeb did an 11x and ADA only do a 3x. Regardless, if you catch the majority of that 3x move for ADA, you're making a ton of money. Like a 3x over 2 months, that's nuts. If you're trading with $10,000 to $50,000, you're making a ton of money. Like a 3x with 10 grand, you're making half the average American salary in over 2 months. And your trading portfolio just went up an exponential amount. So again, watch the coins that have not popped yet. Like XRP. XRP hasn't popped yet. Lots of consolidation in here. Looking pretty strong. Looking pretty nice. Let me see what else. BNB just broke out, but hasn't really popped too heavy yet. Ethereum Classic, again, another coin that has not popped yet. So look for these ones. Look for these gems that have not popped yet. Don't FOMO into something that's already up 10x. Yeah, ADA is a good project. They have smart contracts. Everything looks pretty solid with it. Again, like the price action, the whole technical analysis aspect, looking really good. So for me, I mean, I'm just kind of waiting patiently. I mean, we're consolidating down here. I think ADA will pop at some point. Let's see the yeah, even here we're holding support really well. We could make like a nice little inverted head and shoulders here where we pop up, come back down, and then pop up through this resistance. But yeah, ultimately, I think it's going to be a little bit more time for ADA, maybe another week or two. But I'm not really looking to buy until Bitcoin really shows some more strength. I really am waiting to see if this inverted head and shoulders here breaks out. It's looking promising, but you won't really know until you know, kind of thing, until it happens. So once that happens, I think I'm going to start getting into other alts. Right now, I'm focusing on Bitcoin and Ethereum, but ultimately waiting for the Bitcoin breakout. Once all that happens, we'll move from there. So if you guys have any other questions, I'll answer them real quick. If not, I think I am going to end the stream. It's been about an hour. I hope you guys liked my swing trade strategy. I hope you maybe learned something from it, at least like from a risk management perspective and why it works. Especially meaning like I put my stops where the pattern will not play out, and we're going to see lower prices. So regardless if you're losing, you're getting lower prices, so you're technically winning overall. You get a discount at your next trade. So just keep that in mind. Yeah, Max, I also think this inverted head and shoulders is going to break through the neckline as well. I see a lot of buyback on these wicks. I also see volume going down as price is going down. That's very bullish on the 4 hour. Again, this is Binance, so there's a lot more volume here. That's why I'm looking at it. Not to mention that the 12-hour MACD is flattening and showing a lot of bullish divergence, and same with RSI. We're seeing some nice bullish divergence here. So ultimately, I'm waiting for it. You got to be patient. Got to wait for the breakouts. Don't want to send it too early. Yo, what up, Mass? How's it going? All right, guys. Not seeing a lot of questions, so I think I'm going to call it here. Thank you for coming out and watching. I really appreciate it. If you're not already, again, please join Discord. It's a great community. You can learn a lot. We'll teach you anything, or even if you have something you can teach us, like absolutely come bring it in. I'm always down to learn something new, and would love to maybe apply it to my own trading strategy. Maybe it'll help me, or maybe you'll learn something new that you can apply to your trading strategy. So yeah, again, please come and join Discord. Well, ping me if you have any questions after the live stream, or ping a trading mentor. No matter what, we'll get back to you. But also, guys, please like and subscribe if you like the content. I put a lot of time and effort in these streams. I'd appreciate a little subscription. That'd be very nice of you. But as always, guys, be patient, use risk management, and good luck trading.